Cookunity is really worth it for the right person. So if you're not somebody who values your time over spending money, then Cookunity is just not gonna be for you, like, at all. And that's okay. And if you are the type of person who's like, I really do not have time to cook at all, or you would highly prefer not to, then Cookunity is perfect for you. If you're already spending between $150 and $200 a week on yourself for groceries, it's perfect. If you're already spending less than that per week on groceries, you're probably gonna look at Cookunity's prices and be like, oh my God, it's really fucking expensive, right? But you gotta take into account they are doing all of the work for you. So that's a huge pro if you're working or you run a business and you got other shit going on and you really just want to save yourself that time, or you're the type of person who's not the greatest at cooking, so anytime you cook something healthy, it just turns out like shit and then you're not going to eat it, then I would say Cookunity would be worth it for you too. It's also, here's some other types of people that may not even realize that they can use Cookunity. If you're a brand new parent, Done For You meals is completely perfect for anybody you know right now who is pregnant and is going to have a baby. It is perfect. And if you can sign them up for that and gift them that, like, obviously you're going to be the one paying for it for them instead of, like, I don't know, yet another whatever that they may or may not need. Then if you are not somebody who is a great cook, but you want to take that off of their plate, literally, sign them up for Cookunity. You can put a different shipping and billing address in there, just like pretty much any other company out there. So it's not like those two have to be the same. They ship to the entire United States that I know of. Hawaii, no. Alaska, no. The rest of them, yeah. So as long as you live in the main part of the United States, I am 99.9% sure they ship there. So that's awesome because a lot of Done For You services are hyper local. So they'll only do a few cities and metro areas. But yeah, Cookunity, to my knowledge, ships everywhere. And that was even as last year. Now, I will say that there are some cons to it. So don't get too used to the discounts. Now you can just keep referring people, honestly, and then you can get money off that way, but don't get too used to it because eventually, yeah, they'll do a special, or if you want to use my code, I have it in the description, to try it out at least, but you will have to pay the full price. Now, they do offer a ton of food, vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan even. They got beef, they got poultry, they got seafood. They really have a lot of options, even new for this year, at least new to my knowledge for 2024, is that they did like a Mother's Day brunch items, they did Father's Day items, they have done Easter type items, tons and tons of like holiday themed things. So if you have a big event coming up and you do not want to hire a private chef, or you don't know anybody yet in your area who can deliver locally, and you don't want to do another Chipotle catering or whatever the hell that people do, or Panera, that's also very common with corporate places, then Cookunity. Cookunity, if you are in real estate and you want to host something for people, like for an open house, and you want to have some nice food, or maybe for like your agency or whatever, if you work in corporate America, you maybe work at a hospital, different places like that will do different corporate events. Cookunity is pricier than if you are just living off of butter noodles and canned tuna, but the food is amazing. Everything that I've ordered there has been phenomenal, honestly. I have not had a horrific meal yet from them. And I've done seafood, beef, and vegetarian meals. So far, so great. A year in, I love it. But also just keep in mind, like if you are doing the seasonal ones, make sure you know that's what you're doing, because here's a huge con. They only ship one day a week, which to my knowledge right now is Wednesdays. It's how it's been the entire time that I have been with them. So you got to really make sure that you know that is okay for whatever event that you're hosting. I would not go later than Friday, Saturday without freezing everything, because it is super fresh, but you still want it to be fresh for whatever you're hosting, whether it's for your family, a birthday, a baby shower, Mother's Day, whatever. You still want to make sure it's hyper fresh. And to my knowledge, even for the seasonal stuff or holiday stuff, they only deliver on Wednesdays. Now, you do get a time window. You can pause your plan if you want to. You can also add as much shit as you want on there. Like, there's no limit. You can add sides. Like, if you got kids and stuff, they really love mac and cheese. They have green beans on there. They have a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can add in as you need to or as you want to, and you don't have to do that every week. You can change your plan every single week if you really want to, or you can just pause and edit as you need to. Keep in mind though, once you have paid, once it is in, those are actual real human beings who are cooking your food, so you cannot cancel at that point. Just be aware of that. They are chefs throughout the entire United States cooking your food for you, and they have been vetted by Cookunity. I have never had a problem again with any of the food, so it is phenomenal. And a change from last year is that instead of in a big cardboard box with no handles, they listened to a lot of complaints from people, especially apartment people, that's not really functional for deliveries. So they switched to these reusable insulated bags that zip around, and they have nice sturdy handles. You can reuse it for anything at all. Like, they're very high quality bags. So I would suggest hanging on to at least a few of them so you have them, especially if you go places, you got kids, it's super easy to put some stuff in there and take it with you. So I would suggest keeping them, and that is a huge difference from last year. And the seasonal spreads and things like that is a huge difference that I have noticed from last year. Prices are still pretty much the same. The more meals that you have a week, the cheaper per meal it is. So depending on your week, etc., you can figure that out for yourself. They do have breakfast. My biggest issue is that it's not built into any of the plans. You got to add on. So I just still do my own breakfast. But yeah, that is my biggest con with them. That and the 1 day a week for delivery. And also that there can be no last minute shit with it, obviously, because they're private chefs. Sounds very la-da-da-da, but they are real human beings. You can read all about them. You can go on their Instagram if you want and learn more about what they do. They've all been working in very 4 or 5-star restaurants for the most part, for a good portion of their careers. So it is really cool to have that type of access to a chef like that for a fraction of the price. Like, if you were to go off and find somebody that like celebrities use and pay them for a Mother's Day or a baby shower or something like that, it would be a lot of money, way more than what you were paying for Cookunity. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to cook shit. You literally just put it in the oven or in the microwave, and there's instructions on there and everything. So it's really simple. It's literally idiot proof, even if you don't know your way around a kitchen. So that's also a huge plus. If you are like a grad school student or somebody like that, if you don't have time to wait in the oven, if you're between classes, pop it in the microwave. It tastes a little bit less as good as in the oven, but I've tried both ways for different types of meals, and it's phenomenal. Another con with Cookunity is that, honestly, you cannot pick the same meals every week. Some of the meals and some of the chefs obviously go on vacation. They have other things going on. So you got to be flexible. If you are a very hyper picky eater and you are routine based and you have to have these same exact meals every week, do not sign up for Cookunity, because I have noticed that, because I will have favorite meals. Like, I am not that picky. I'm pretty picky, but I'm not that picky. But I will have some meals that I try that I really love. And I'm like, hell, I want to have several of these for next week. Sometimes they're not on there because of something going on with the chef,